Hey guys, it's DC and welcome to the Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome, guys. This is my General Hospital review, The Confession of a Mobster. By the way, guys, I'm already at 900 subscribers, almost close to 1,000. Can you believe it? I know if I was more consistent, if it wasn't for grad school, this would have really taken off in a sense, but I'm still happy to be at 900. I remember the day I was at 77, so we are making progress right now, guys. But this is my General Hospital review, The Confession of a Mobster. So let's talk, guys. GH has been killing it. It's been killing it with the storylines. And is that a little bit of character development that I see there? Character development, huh? Because here's the thing, guys. That is very important on soaps. I'm all for a great plot. I'm really for the character development. I feel like the character development is there and makes the plot really hit. Just in my opinion. Now, Sunny finally confesses somewhat to the murder of Jack Cates, somewhat, but typical General Hospital fashion, everybody's rushing in to save Sunny for actually trying to take accountability for something that he actually did. This is typical General Hospital, right? What can you do? I just don't get why everyone is actually trying to save Sunny from confessing when he actually did, because literally that is the solution to everyone's problems. And with Sunny, the stuff is just going to keep going on. So even when Christina was just like, oh, you know, this is my fault that this happened, no. This would happen regardless because this is who Sunny is. And I think to see Michael standing up for Sunny and covering for him is weird. I mean, he killed your father. He's going to continue to kill more people. So how many times are we gonna keep covering for him at some point? I get Carly because she's really, it's a different dynamic, but I don't get why Michael is doing it, but I digress. I honestly feel like I wouldn't mind seeing a prison stint storyline for Sunny. I don't know if Maurice Bernard and his bipolar disorder, if that would just be a triggering thing, I don't know. Because sometimes I've always wondered why soaps don't do certain storylines, but it could be things going on that we don't know about in a sense, because honestly, I feel like Sunny in the storyline in prison, even just for 6 months, like that Nixon Falls could have been a prison stint storyline where he's facing some of his old enemies and, you know, we actually learn more about Sunny, more of an uncovering, and then maybe down the line he gets a pardon down the line from the governor. I'd actually be okay with that. But I think that would allow growth for the character, because you don't grow when everything is comfortable for you. Sunny has grown as a character, but I feel there's another level of growth that he could have if he was actually in prison for a little while. What do you guys think about that? All right, so let's talk about Lulu. It just feels like everybody on General Hospital is giving up their liver for a character they barely know. I feel like next, the janitors at GH can be like, yeah, like, we want to get tested too. It's a bit much for me. It's a bit much for me at times, and at times it is very unbelievable that people care this much for Lulu, but because she's the daughter of Luke and Laura, I'm willing to digest this. I can digest this a little bit. I'm gonna need a probiotic, but I will digest this just a little bit. And that's the thing about Lucky's return. It was very lackluster for me, but his scene at the hospital chapel, it just reminded me of that magic of Jonathan Jackson, you know? I felt that in that scene. I was like, oh my God, this is a powerful scene. Look at a soap. But he did not need to trash Bobby's though. He did not need to do that. He did not need to trash Bobby's restaurant. That was not necessary for him to do that. Unnecessary and disrespectful, okay? But man, that was a powerful scene. And I knew Laura was gonna come in, but that was one moment I was okay with the show being predictable. And when Laura sat down with him in that scene, I almost felt like she wanted to slap him for not being the cure for the Was I the only one that felt that? Was the reason someone like she wanted to slap the crap out of him? Like, damn, like, can you do anything right? Maybe it was just me that felt that way. I don't know. Now, quickly wanted to talk about Lucas, Ava, and Brad. Now, I want Lucas and Brad back together because here's the thing. If Sunny, Luke Spencer, Roger Thorpe, and Todd Manning can be mainstays on their shows, why can't Brad Cooper? I know Albert would disagree with me and say Brad did some deplorable things. Meanwhile, Sunny and Jason is his guy. The ones who kill people for a living. I know that's usually my argument for anything when everybody tries to go get someone on GH. What about your love for Sunny? But I really do want Brad and Lucas back together because I do feel like Lucas would have forgiven Brad if it wasn't for the pressure of his family. Because if him and Michael not been family and that wasn't Carly's grandson, I think Lucas could have given Brad a second chance. Because think about it, let's say there was some distant family from Pine Valley or Lambview. He would have been able to move on. I think he would have been able to give Brad a second chance, or at least consider it, because the reminders aren't there. But he has the pressure from his family. Think about the heat that he would be in with Carly if he was to give Brad a second chance. Really think about that. Sometimes in life, it's not that we don't want to forgive people, it's the people around us that stop us from forgiving people. And when I mean forgive, in this instance, is giving Brad a second chance. Because second chances does not always mean forgiveness, and forgiveness does not always mean second chances. The two are mutually exclusive ideas, but sometimes they can be synonymous as one. Now, for me, that's what I want to see for Brad. And at first I'm thinking, is Portia gonna try to pin this lab thing on Brad? But then I realized I don't think she could, because he wasn't even in the lab at the time when this happened. Because if I recall correctly, she was in the process of talking with Terry and was talking about her concern about Brad being back in the lab after she had already switched the results. So technically, if the writers play this right, Brad's off the hook. And maybe it's only Brad discovered what Portia did, and maybe he might use a blackmail. Not even mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Not even mad at it. Here's the theory that I have about Lulu's donor. What if it's Brad? Out of all people. Because Brad is the only one, and the janitors at GH have yet to donate, to get tested for Lulu. What if Brad is the donor? And that's his redemption arc. And that puts him back in the good graces of Lucas, because he's saving Lucas's cousin. What about that? It puts him back in the good graces of literally everybody in Port Charles, if he's Lulu's donor. Because I don't think the donor is gonna be somebody we expect it to be. But what if it was Brad? I don't know, think about it. Now, I wanna talk about also Ava. I was so happy to see the scenes between Ava and Lucas. I know it's because it was more of an as roll terms reunion between Maura West and Dan Hansis, but Ava needs family members. My God, she doesn't even have a friend. She has Nina, but he needs stronger allies. He needs somebody. Even on soaps, when somebody was a toxic person, they had that one family member that believed in them. Alexander Spalding and Guy Light was toxic, but for the longest time, it was Philip, her and the nephew. They had this real kinship amongst each other, right? Roger Thorpe had Maureen Bauer. He didn't really have and he had his daughter Chrissy. You gotta have somebody, and Avery's just too young to have any pull at this moment. So I hope her and Lucas can reconcile, because God, she needs a family member. My goodness, she really needs it. And my thing is, her only friend can't be Trina, a college student, when she's a grown woman with a child. That's what they say in New York, with a child. It has to be more for Ava. And I would love to see that. Maybe her and Brad can be friends too, And she could be that person to help Lucas out, because Ava needs friends. She needs that. They don't have, and she needs, more importantly, she needs family. She doesn't have that on GH, and she has family there. Sam is her family, for crying out loud. Danny is her family. You know what I mean? Leo is her family, but that's like not something she can tap into, which I hate that, And I will say that for Maura West, I believe that Ava Jerome is her best role to date. Now, I remember back when she was on As the World Turns as Carly Tenney Snyder, that is.
It was greed. She had to have this little bundle of joy before Rosanna's deadline. You don't care who you hurt, do you?
And this is Hal. Someone who loved you and you supposedly cared about.
I do. I do care about Hal.
Switching the results was not my idea, it was Molly's. I honestly believe that John was Parker's father. I didn't learn about what Molly did until much later.
Well, why didn't you tell Hal as soon as you found out?
And why didn't you tell John?
Because she was too busy thanking Molly for saving her $50 million windfall.
I would have told them. Someday.
Parker is 8 months old already.
Now, while we might have seen tenets of Ava Jerome back then in her acting, I believe that Ava Jerome was her best role. Just like with Kelly Monaco, Lady from Port Charles was the best role. Not Sam McCall and GH,
We're talking about you tonight, Tess. Did you know that he loves you too? I know. Yeah. I was wondering if you knew what a gift is. Gift? Yeah. a gift. It's something special you give to someone when you want them to know that you care about them. And guess what? Jack got a gift for you. Uh-huh. It's right in here. You want to see? Come on, it's okay. Jack really wants you to have it. I mean, in fact, if you don't go and look inside this trunk here, I really think that it would hurt Jack, and I know you wouldn't want to hurt Jack the way I did now, would you? No, I didn't think so. So come on, let's see what special thing he's got for you in here. Hope you like your present, Tess. I know I do.
There's some actors like Chelsea Reardon was not Cassie DePaiva's best role. It was Blair Kramer, right? There's certain roles that Nico was not Maurice Bernhardt's best role. It was Sonny Corinthos, right? I can't remember the name of the role that Jenny Francis played in All My Children, but I think it was Sierra. That was not her best role. It was obviously Laura, right? Now there's some people who are currently on the screen. This is not their best role, right? It's not their best role. The role probably was their best role, okay? Laura Wright, her best role was not Cassie Winslow in Guiding Light. It's, Carly Spencer. So looking at these key pivotal things, I think more or less this is her best role. This is her best role. Now, Van Hansis is going to be delivering as Lucas, right? He delivered as Luke on As Well Turns, but will he deliver as Lucas? Both characters named Luke. And have to be gay. Both characters named Lucas and have to be gay. Let's see how this goes. But that's honestly my quickest review of General Hospital Review, The Confession of a Mobster. Anyway, guys, this is a Soap Sanctuary. If you like, guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like the content that I'm doing. I will be doing a review on the audio soap opera Forever and a Day. I'll be doing seasons 1 through 4 because I want to give that respect to Candace, Mack, and Casey to not review anything in season 5, which is their final season, and give it away. But I will review one of seasons 1 through 4. And I gotta talk about how one of their couples on their show got the Taraya treatment, and I expect a little bit better out of them. And if they're watching this video, they know what I'm talking about. Also, guys, there is the audio drama Evergreen. I'm actually listening to it, and I recommend you guys listen to this audio drama. It's actually very good. Oh man, it's so good. It's good. But anyways, guys, this has been my General Hospital Review, The Confession of a Mobster. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm out.
This has been Soap Sanctuary.